Something profound is happening in the Kauai real estate market. It's sending shockwaves through the community. And if you're only looking at the big picture, you're missing a story of two markets on one tiny island, one that's catching fire and one that's in a free fall. Aloha, it's Ronnie Margulis with the agency Margulis team here on beautiful Kauai. And we're going to take a look, dig deep into the numbers, and give you all the information you need so you can understand what's happening with real estate on the little garden island of Kauai when we do the numbers. All right, so let's dig into the numbers for July 2025 here, the first week of August. Our overall sales activity still on the low side. 59 properties sold, down almost 10% from last year in July. Sales volume, pretty much the same. Some markets we have higher priced home selling, and some markets are being fueled by more inventory priced below $1 million. So let's dig in by category. Now this is island-wide for single family homes. The number of transactions are down just a little bit from last year, from July of 2024, and same for the sales volume as well. In the condo market, condo sales were down about 10%, but the sales volume is up. What does that mean? Well, that's partially fueled by the fact that there aren't that many affordable condos, and yet you'll find out later on what's happening in terms of inventory. Again, the median price up 6.3%. That's telling us that there's more demand for the more expensive properties. Vacant land sales continue to be soft. The statistics on vacant land can be skewed because there's so few transactions. So currently we have 192 active listings. That is the same as last month. We have a few more condos on the market, 204. And again, the number of inventory and the absorption rate in the market varies in terms of the different districts on the island. There are 106 pieces of land for sale, so a little bit more than last month. So a total of 502 properties available for purchase on the island Kauai that are active. So we have 68 single family or multifamily homes in escrow, 31 condos or condotels. Those are hotels turned into affordable condos, 10 parcels of land for a total of 109 properties currently in the contingent or under contract status. Let's take a look at Hanalei. Now this is not just the town, not just Hanalei Bay. This is talking about the Hanalei district. So from Kilauea all the way up to Haena. And you can see we have twice as many single family homes that sold in that section of the island compared to July of last year. The median price was up, and that's partially because there's very little for sale either in Kilauea or in Princeville under $2 million. And of the 8 single family homes, 3 of them were way up north in Hanalei, and those homes tend to sell for more, at least $4 million at this moment in time. Condo sales also up from last July, and because they're higher end condos, more luxury condos selling, that grew the median price just slightly. In Kapa'a, we now have more homes under $1 million, which for Kauai is an affordable home. And even though we have fewer transactions, prices are still staying pretty stable. Now this is a big shift, and you go, wow, 700% increase in Lihue? Well, that's because for years we had nothing for sale there. Now all of a sudden there's more demand for our town core in Lihue. The volume is up, the number of sales are up, and even the condo prices, because that's some of the more affordable housing on the island. We're not talking about vacation rentals, we're talking about Haulani Village, Kalapaki Villas, and Lihue Townhouse. More affordable long-term housing, if you will. And because of that, the volume has changed. In Kaloa, we've had fewer homes sell than last year, and condo sales are declining, and I think that's a trend that's probably going to continue until sellers tend to adjust their mentality according to what's been happening in the marketplace. The median price also dropped in Kaloa, as well as there's more demand or more affordability in the lower price point. So if we look at this graph by zones, you can see because of those sales in Hanalei, the median price is up a lot. And in Kauai area, the Kauai district, they're down slightly, and they're kind of flat for the other 3 zones of the island. And each one is slightly different, although, like I said earlier, pretty much 7 or 8 sales in each of the different zones of the island. Condos are a whole different market. For years, a huge slice of the market in the vacation rental zones was propped up by investors buying short-term rentals. But that whole business model is now under attack. All across Hawaii, the master insurance policies for the AOAOs, condo associations, has been exploding, especially for the older wood frame buildings. And the Maui fires and hurricanes around the nation propped up the cost of insurance. Well, in one place, someone from Reddit noted that their insurance went from $100,000 a year to $1 million. That's for the whole complex. And where does that catastrophic cost go? Right to the owners in terms of inflated HOA fees. I'm talking about fees doubling or tripling practically overnight. So a condo that was a great cash flow vacation rental might be bleeding every single month because of that one item. Why would an investor buy a property where the math doesn't work? They won't. And when your buyers disappear, demand craters. When demand craters, prices follow. Hopefully, over time, sellers will understand what I just said, that the equation doesn't work anymore, and the prices are going to need to adjust down, especially in the Poipu Koloa area. Those tend to be the highest prices. And when you look in the tourist books, they say that's the best place to be. That's the warm side of the island, not as much rain as the North Shore. And typically, the room rates are higher in Poipu. And so if you're thinking of getting a vacation rental on the island, this is a time when you can be very aggressive, and hopefully prices will come down. What does this mean to you? For single-family home buyers, well, the data shows there's a window of opportunity, but be prepared for a fight on a well-priced property. Most of the activity is in Kapa'a, on the South Shore, out of the resort areas, and in Lihue. You must be ready to act decisively, meaning be approved for your mortgage, have your funds ready, and know exactly what you want. Don't believe the narrative that home prices are crashing. In this high demand environment, they're holding pretty steady, and there's not that room to negotiate sometimes multiple offers, bidding situations on a well-priced home. For condo buyers, well, this is where a true bargain might be found. But it comes with a risk. You absolutely cannot make an offer on a condo without investigating its financial health. Get and read the association's budget, their reserve studies, and their recent board meeting minutes. You need to ask 2 critical questions. What are the current fees, and are there any special assessments planned? And what's the status of their master insurance policy? Have they looked into the new Hawaii Hurricane Relief Fund from the state? If you find a well-run building with great management, stable finances, you might be able to acquire a property at a major discount. The big question for the rest of this year is, how will these trends evolve? Will home buyers get worn out by the intense competition? And will the new state insurance program be enough to bring stability to the condo market to finally put a floor under prices that are starting to recede? Well, I want to hear from you. What are you seeing out there? As a buyer, are you battling for a house? Are you a condo owner dealing with these rate hikes, thinking this may be the time to sell? Drop your story into the description and put your questions below. I'd love to answer them and discuss them. And if you're trying to navigate this incredibly complex market and you need someone to help you analyze these numbers, dig through the condo docs and build a winning strategy, my team and I, we're in the trenches every single day. There's a link in the description to book an appointment, and we would be honored for the opportunity to help you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next month. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more amazing property tours and real estate insights from Kauai.